very tough to separate. We got the Raiders coming in off their win, and they're playing the Saints in New Orleans. Looks like no Michael Thomas again, no Jarvis Landry again, and Jameis is healthy enough to practice, but it's going to be the Andy Dalton show again this week. How do you guys see this one playing out? Obviously, we talked off camera with Josh Jacobs having a little bit of a foot issue. We don't have a lot of clarity on that. Hopefully, he can still go because he's been an absolute monster for them. What you got, Ed?
I read that he's playing. That it's not that big of a deal. It is a foot issue. It is a concern. But he just played through the pain. Is from what I'm understanding. It's just a pain type of situation.
Yeah, you're exactly correct.
And the amount of turnovers that New Orleans had in that last game, I'm just not for New Orleans trying to hang around in this one, where I feel like the Raiders are really starting to get traction here. You know, it's taken way longer than I expected, but I think it's starting to unfold, you know, and they could be a really scary second half of the season team, the Raiders, you know, and I just think that it could very well start, and, you know, we see it here against New Orleans, a struggling New Orleans team that's just trying to find a way to win some games here at 2-5. And on the other hand, the Raiders are 2-4, so it's not saying much, but I just think that the Raiders are more of a talented team right now, and I think that they're going to get the wheels turning here, and this will be the game. I'm going Raiders here, Nikki. How about you?
It's like he literally took my argument. I'm going Raiders. I'm going Raiders literally because I think that this is where they start becoming who the Raiders are supposed to be. I feel like coming into the season, who everybody thought they were going to be. They're way better than their 2-4 record. I feel like they've let some games go, but their talent and the way things are about to start going with their schedule ahead, this is the game that they start. And then Eddie said it for me. Raiders.
Defense for the Raiders has been impressive too. I think relying more on the run game, which you guys were calling for the previous couple of weeks. They're 2-3 in their last 3 games, and could have been 3-3. They could have won that KC game in KC on the Monday night. So you guys are right. They're playing way better. I think they keep it going too. I'm going Raiders. Saints, not sure what they're doing. They're kind of, they should be a contender in this division. Like coming into the year, they should have been the only one that was a legitimate threat to possibly jump over the Bucs. But their defense is banged up. Marshawn Lattimore might not be in again this week, and if that's the case, I think Devontae Adams is going to have a field day. And hopefully Jacobs is at least close to 100% because he's been fun to watch over the last couple of weeks. He's had a great stretch here. So I'm going Raiders. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. New Orleans proved last week that even with Andy Dalton, they can still score some points. The rookie Olave has been very, very nice for them. Still no clarity on Michael Thomas's injury. I don't know if they've been stashing him to maybe try and trade him at this point. Just weird. There's really no details I can ever find because I've got him on one of my fantasy teams, and he missed practice. He's not playing this week. There's no real detail other than what area is bothering him, and it's just that one's a little fishy to me. And concerning for the Saints, man. They've hung in there with that guy too. But if they had their pieces on the field, I might be taking Saints here, especially at home. But they don't. And I don't trust Andy Dalton at all.